late. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for December 23rd, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern, Monday. As we, be careful. I wanted to say one thing. So everybody who's ordered the liquid gold that ships out today, FedEx, if you sent your correct emails in to the address I gave you yesterday, then you'll receive a tracking number to track your package. And that's everybody. So I think we've covered everybody on this, and we've gotten our the product delivered, and all packages have been. I think most of the packages, we got a couple more. We're waiting on product, but the majority of them have been sent. Just give everybody a heads up. So this way you'll be able to track your package and know when to get it. As all of this is taking place on this planet, there's wonderful good stuff. Wonderful, absolute good stuff. And because it's buried all the time and it's subverted, the majority of the population, it's kind of like, it gets to the point where it hurts your ears, is that you just hear, it's just negative. Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, that's going to happen. You start feeling like, someone's dumped a bunch of goop on you. And you just feel like this is just overload. This is why it's so important how phenomenally fortunate all of you are, is to be focused and conscious about who and what you are, because everything that is being thrown at the civilization is the lie, is the falseness. And all of the good stuff is being purposely, they're trying to suppress all of it as much as they can. And we all know why. We all know why. And the good stuff is that the transference, the actual transference of frequency, displacing the dark matter frequencies, which have been on this planet for a very long time, is humongous. It's astronomical. The flooding in of massive wealth. And, I talk with a lot of different people on the planet, and some that believe they're, really plugged into the knowing and stuff, but they're still in the matrix. They're still in it. And very few that I come across understand what it means to be really, seriously, outside of it, and forming a paradise and a heaven on this planet, with the civilization. And this is what's taking place. The wealth is, when you, I think most of you understand this, the money, the wealth, the gems, the gold, whatever the civilization views as valuable, is unlimited. And it really is. It's just unlimited. There's no limit to it. And that's what people, I think that, you have that low confidence because of the ego, and because of the genome, and because of the implantation, and because we, guilty and undeserving, and I don't deserve to have this much, I don't deserve to be this happy, I don't deserve. And it should be the opposite. We all deserve as much as the mostest of the mostest of the mostest. And it's not greed, it's experience. It's what it is. But see, they put the guilt on the civilization. Well, you're greedy. It's to enjoy this life that we're in. It doesn't mean that we overindulge to the point where we damage the body, that type of thing. I mean that where we just flow and enjoy. It's just enjoy the body being available to carry us. It is so important for us to look at that and to embrace it, because all this other stuff, it's just stuff, you know. And as the yesterday's meditation, they're just thoughts, and when we understand that, we come to the conclusion that everything's wonderful. It is. Everything is joyous. You know. One time I came and I visited a being who was getting ready to leave the body, and we were sitting there, quiet, not saying a word, you know, and we were just being. And he came out and he said, "You know something? I couldn't be more grateful than I am at this very moment." It's exactly what he said. And you feel the vibrational frequency right from the heart mind. And I said, "That's great." I didn't say, "Why do you feel that way? Look at you." I just said, "That's fantastic, because I feel the same way." And he said, "I'm in this body, and I've been in this body." And he was 89, I think. And he said, "It's been wonderful." He says, "I don't have any remorse or anything." He said, I've enjoyed my stay in this body. And he just said, I don't have to leave it. But he says, "I think I'm pretty much, I've done what I need to do and done what I wanted to do, and I've enjoyed what I wanted to enjoy, and I'm ready to leave." And I said to him, "Well, what could you do in another 100 years?" And then he thought about it. He said, "That's true. If I could, I'd probably stay in it as long as it would hold me, and keeping it healthy." And he did, and he is. So it's interesting, because we and especially around now, a couple days before Christmas, and the enthusiasm and everything. Would you agree that every day should be Christmas? That we should be in a flowing, surrendering mode where everything is just there, and that's great, because as you surrender, you receive more. It's automatic. As you surrender, when you surrender within. You surrender to the God you are, and all this other stuff just falls off of you. Worry, stress, fear disappears. Really does. And as it comes back, you do the same thing. You just surrender and let it go. See? And it's your confidence that builds that. It is confidence without ego. And it's just knowing. It's just that you know. Okay? And that you know that if you had nothing in this material world, and you had at least enough warm clothes on to stand in the middle of the street, and you had nothing else, you had no money, no food, no nothing, and you had the confidence to say, "I am deeply grateful. I am in the deepest of gratitude, because I am in the body, and I can immediately start creating value and building wealth." And that's exactly the truth for any of us in any situation. It's exactly the truth. And that's confidence without the ego. That is just vibrational energy and frequency confidence for all of us. And we serve ourselves, because if we don't serve ourselves, how are we going to serve others? And that's what that means. Serve yourself first, so that you get to know who you are, what you are. You forgive. You become very caring about yourself, very kind to yourself, very genuine to yourself, and you surrender to the God within yourself. Then you flow easy with others. You interact well with others. You're cantankerous or irritable or stressful or combative or conflicting or accusational, all kinds of things that flow in. They leave. And a question is posed to everyone. energy into low frequencies. Think about that. Into distrust. I've watched where people, unaware, become more and more cynical and not even be aware of it, and it affects everything around us when we do that, when we get into that. And we're very aggressive and combative about it. We strike out when it's like a sore, that you push your finger into, that bothers people that get really irritable because you're drawing it to their attention. But when we become cynical, it is a poison, and it slowly poisons us into a distrust, ridicule, accusations, and it's just really, really not good energy. It's a dark matter frequency, and it does a lot of damage, not only to the one who has been tricked into it, but to those who are recipients of it. Say, and this is, and this now, this very now, the bliss that is pouring forth is immeasurable. The happiness and the joy that is pouring forward is immeasurable. All of it, everything. And I know it's difficult for some folks to comprehend that, or to even embrace it as reality, as truth. So they think it's like some kind of a wish or a fantasy or something. But it's reality. Because right now, this is what's happening. And when that high frequency is prevalent, all of the dark matter frequencies begin to just go into nutsy cuckoos. It's like freaking out. It's stutter stepping, stumbling, desperation, constant agitation, nonsensical. This is a positive sign of the transition from the dark matter to the lightest light of light, to source creation. And it is absolutely phenomenal. And this is what we're experiencing. Not all the gobbledygook and the boogity-boogity-boogeyman and all this stuff that is being spread out there to people that, some of them have full plates and they clean their plate. With all this stuff being dumped on them, they just take it all in. And it's interesting that's something that takes us into the dark matter frequency. So everything that we do literally creates. Everything that we do and think creates. So understand that. If you flow through, and the analogy of the canoe in the water with no oars, and you just get on the current and let it take you wherever it's going to take you. You have no worry about it. You're not worried, fearful, lack of confidence or anything. You're blissful, and you're in joy because of the fact that it is taking you to the unknown. And that is where all the possibilities, all the opportunities are waiting for each and every one of us. It's just like connecting to Source, starting with the theta wave, moving into a deep connection that you are consciously aware of, that flow is always maintained. And all of the things that you desire, all of the things that you are, come into fruition. Never ends. But you also know consciously that if you dip, or you allow all of this nonsensical stuff to penetrate and to convince you, just dip, you fall out of that flow. This is what happens. It's very, very simple. If we think and we feel negativity, irritation, cynicism, skepticism, doubt, lack of confidence, we will be in it. we will literally generate it, and it will flood us continuously. It's no different. So then we understand that. So what is it? We go within, and we literally understand that we are the God, that we are the joy, that we are the peace. And you don't feel alone. Your loneliness will dissipate greatly because you start to understand that you are the God, and the God is connected to all of the God, and the God of the gods is connected to source creation. See, we're all together here. And it's marvelous, beautiful, spectacular. And we're experiencing it. But those of us who continue just out of habit, it's not a bad or it's not a negative thing, it's just out of habit, that we continue to dip in there, you know, to jump off of that dock into that goop. If we know it, we won't do it. Because we know from our experiences what it can do. So we're on a continual understanding of bliss, joy, peace, prosperity, abundance, riches, everything that we desire. And there's no guilt attached to it. And there's no greed. It's called enjoy the life that you occupy. Enjoy the life that you are. And be in the body with deep gratitude. And watch everything just transform around you. People will respond differently to you. It's not like you're manipulating. It's all about you. And you just flow. And people say, wow, you're in a good mood. And you say inside, I'm always in a good mood because I'm in this body and I am enjoying the journey of physical world. See? And there's a lot of beings, a lot of them, that take the physical body for granted. Okay? Because they also are externally controlled. You see, we're not the only species. We're not the only civilization. So you begin to form and sculpt the reality of the joy and the beauty and the peacefulness and the softness that you are. And bliss, total bliss, is when you're like, hey, Sarah, whatever will be. The song made famous by Doris Day. It is, and you are, we all are. And we choose, and believe it or not, it is up to us on what we're going to choose. It's not up to anybody else. Only if you acknowledge that it is up to anybody else. Say, it is up to each and every one of us to choose. Choose to be bliss, to be in bliss. Choose, you just choose it. I've decided that I'm going to be in bliss. And what is bliss? It's joy. It's a combination of peace and stillness of mind and full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego. That's why we say this with every group that we call into this meditation. Because it's what we are is love, and what love is bliss, joy, nirvana, heaven, paradise, all of the most wonderful feelings that each of us have experienced at one time or another briefly. But imagine having that all the time. That's what's inside you, each and every one of us. That joy, that bliss, that God, that just expansive emotion and feeling through the heart-mind of total contentment. You just effortlessly flow. And each and every one of us have that innate ability to make that choice and to engage it and to embrace it, and it becomes what you are. And so the happiness, the joy, the nirvana, the bliss, the samadhi, the kundalini is the God within, shining outside of each and every one of us. And we are the bliss. That's this meditation. Bliss. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I believe we all are. And the first thing we want to do is we want to relax our bodies. And we just let go, surrender to the God within you, to the kingdom of God. And what is that? It's total bliss. Total bliss, complete joy, benevolence, tranquility. You just surrender. All the things that are right now, in this now, that are just picking at you. Just picking at you. No big deal. You just surrender. Right? And I guarantee you, you will feel and experience the God within you in such a blissful way that when you're with relatives, friends, or by yourself, you'll be in the moment, in the now, and you will be blissful, and you will be deeply grateful for that very now that you're in. So you release, surrender, relax the body, and the body will respond. This is great. Right, she or he is literally understanding is to have to be from the heart mind, over the ego mind, over the subconscious mind, and to just flow. And as we do this with the body, we want to move into the now. And the now is everything. It's the past, the present, and the future. As a matter of fact, right in this now, we are creating our futures. Right in this now. That's how the future is constructed. The past is the past. It has been experienced. See, it will, if you go into the past and you reminisce and you bring up things that are decades old, they serve you no purpose. Zero. And they will literally transform you into that time, which then your actions and responses and attitudes will be similar to the one they were then. The mistakes you made then, the attitude you had then, will carry you and create the future, and you will begin to duplicate the future of the past that you have already experienced. And what that means is that you will create a future made of the past, and you will continue to make the same mistakes and do the same things unbeknownst to you in the future. And that is why you will see the future and say, when you were in the future, which is like a minute from now, you will say, why am I doing the same thing I did before? Why am I doing this again? It's because you go into the past to create your future. You move instead in the now, you move forward. From the now, you're constantly moving forward. So in the now, we literally still the mind. We still the ego mind. We operate from the heart mind. The subconscious mind is stilled. It's not like, there's no animosity there at all. We love them all. It's just that we don't allow them to control us anymore. And they will try. Once they know that you know, they will try. And since you are where they will, then you will become more resilient, and you will become more of the master. So as we relax the body and we're in the now, we want to breathe. We breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. And as we breath in, we want to hold it for 3 seconds. And we hold it and we say, I am love. I am light. I am. I am love. I am light. I am. I am love. I am light. I am. And that's about 3 seconds. And then you easily exhale, breath out through the mouth. And you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. And the breath focuses us on the now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, the now. And the breathing that we do is so important that we concentrate on our breathing. When you get a little bit frayed around the edges, and this time of year is a pretty good time for it, breathe. Move yourself into just focus on the now and the breathing. Watch what happens for you. You can't just do it for 2 seconds. You concentrate on it. Maybe if you're out, you're crowds of people, and you just go find a place and sit down. And you just easily breath in, easily breath out. Just focus on the breathing. Not the people around you. Not all that going on, but just your breath. You'll move into deep gratitude. You'll move into deep appreciation. You'll move into deep eternal love, and you'll move into bliss. Big difference. You walk out of there, you will feel completely different than when you did before you sat down to breathe. So the breathing is very important for us. It's synergistic. Now, as we breath in divine positive energy. The divine positive energy is from the collective consciousness of this planet, it's from all of our gods. It's from the collective consciousness of the universe. It is from all that there is, ever has been, and ever will be, ever, beyond and forever. And it just flows in. And it comes in through the God into the heart mind. And the ego mind has no chance to interrupt it. And you just, because you're in the heart mind and it comes out, you're bliss. Experience the bliss that you are. And the bliss is made up of wonderful things. It just takes it one step higher and higher and higher. You're the joy. You're the peace. You're the power. You're the confidence. You're the gratitude. You're the benevolence. You are the tranquility. Not outside of you. It is within you. You are the bliss. Each and every one of us. And we choose every second of existence in these bodies either to be bliss or not. So you are the bliss. We all are. And as Gaia, Earth, rests, and when she does wake, she will be in the bliss. Now, as we breath out, we're breathing out what we know. We know what the breath out is. It's just, it's like the hot air balloon. Another analogy. We get in the hot air balloon, beautiful crystal blue, indigo blue skies, just a tiny light, sparkle in the air, and beautiful colors of the balloon, and we've got all this ballast in the bag that we're standing in. And we just start dumping it out, releasing all the things, everything. And we just float up. And there's no limit. And the balloon is our bliss. So the more we let go and surrender to all the things and stuff that really serve us no greater good, we soar effortlessly, float. We take in all the beauty. We breath in all the wonderment, all the happiness, the bliss in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. We view it. It shimmers. Our confidence soars. Our peace becomes deep. Now we have many with us, always with us. And such as we form our circle of light, our halo around the equator of Earth, Gaia, the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of them, they vibrate at a different frequency than us, so we don't see them often, but we do see them. They can materialize into the form of another human, another being, Homo sapien, and we can come across them and not really know it, but then think back, and then the heart mind starts to, okay, that was one of them. And they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the deepest of gratitudes. And they're here in the trillions, everywhere, thousands around each and every one of us. And they're with us. They've joined us. Their gods are with our gods are with theirs. And we have the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, Amorion, Abundantia, Thoth, Hell, and many, many, many more. And they have been with us for a very long time, always. The archangels have been with us since the beginning. And we're all together. We're all arm in arm, hand in hand. And we have formed this halo, the circle of light, embracing this planet Earth, Gaia. And we begin to float up. And we literally are encased in perfect spheres of deep eternal love. And emerald green, flaming, healing light of Archangel Raphael. Of the purple transmuting flame, of the white fire, of the violet ray, of the violet, blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael, of the golden, white, pink light of Source Creation, Prime Source Creator God, Mother, Father God, the feminine and the masculine, our family. And our frequencies are so high, you can feel it through the heart mind and experience it every split second of bliss. And it's a very high frequency of deep eternal love. So any of the dark matter frequencies cannot even sustain a few seconds in that frequency. They will vaporize. We are protected 24/7 from all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever in any of the dark matter frequencies. It is only up to us if we take a dip into the dark matter frequencies and we open the door. facets of who and what we are, our other brothers and sisters. All of the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. Join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of life. They're in non-judgment, full compassion, non-ego, non-cynicism, non-skepticism, non-pessimism, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, happiness, goodness, generosity, and humbleness. When they come in the Google plexus, they fill this universe and thousands of universes. And they all fold in, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. And we're all one. And we're all love. And they are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the inhabitants of Hollow Earth, Agartha, Inner Earth, Beneath Earth, all of these civilizations, and only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of life. And they're in full compassion, non-judgment, happiness, joy, bliss, tranquility, benevolence, generosity, humbleness, peace. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime, and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of life. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, stillness of mind, peace, joy, bliss, tranquility, benevolence, kindness, generosity, humbleness, non-cynicism, non-pessimism, non-negativity. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the galactics, the off-worlders, Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, many, 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 many civilizations, many, many. who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They have been with us and assisted us with our evolution, our enlightenment, our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-cynicism, non-pessimism, peace, joy, bliss, tranquility, benevolence, kindness, generosity, humbleness, stillness of mind. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They're gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all love. And we are all one. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all the light energy beings who decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. In the trillions. They are of the highest of deepest eternal love, and they are from the highest of deepest eternal love. They are non-judgment, non-ego, stillness of mind, full compassion, non-cynicism, non-pessimism, peace, joy, bliss, tranquility, benevolence, kindness, generosity, humbleness. They come in shapes, sizes, forms, colors, configurations of which we have never seen. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We flood the sacredness of space. We transmute all dark matter frequencies into the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love light frequency. We wash, saturate, and flood all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We are bliss. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere. It's at center circle. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meditations in perpetual motion. The deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal love light frequency can be seen and heard and felt and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Feel it as it floods your physical body, head to toe, inside and out, and your God within, your kingdom of God within, as it floods and saturates. Your bliss, astronomical, floating in complete peace, deep eternal love, deep gratitude, absolute bliss. You feel and sense and experience the bliss that you are. You are connected to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. You are the bliss. You are the joy. You are the peace. You are the kindness. You are the generosity. You are the humbleness. Nothing external can compare to the gods that each and every single one of us are. The gods within these bodies are of perfection. We look down upon this planet, Earth, Gaia. We see all of our brothers and sisters, all of everything, all life. Life is the highest value in the universes. They too are flooded, saturated, bathed in this unending, supreme, highest frequency of deep, eternal love and the deepest, deepest of gratitudes. It transforms everything. They too begin to understand that they are bliss, that they are the heaven on earth, that they are the paradise that we are creating, this planet Earth, Gaia. And we know, and we are. Join in the meditation and return to close us out. understand, and you have the consciousness and the awareness that you are the bliss, that, it's not something that comes from outside to you, it's that you generate it because it is part of you. Isn't that neat? And as each one of us fully embrace that understanding and feel the vibrational frequency through our heart minds, then we will know. Then we will choose every time. And I can almost guarantee you, none of us will choose the dark matter frequency of disgust, irritation, anger, frustration, stress. We won't choose it because we know it, because we've all experienced it. We're going to have a special health call. We'll probably mix it in with the time for the holiday time for change call this Wednesday. We have some key elements that I'm going to share. To a certain extent, I can only share a certain amount of it, but also calling out to those of you with the packages that we have sent. We found out, because we are not professional shippers, and we found out that all international costs are anywhere from, and shipping and handling costs run us about $95 to $130 per shipment. And this is to France, and this is to Canada, this is to Australia, this is to Netherlands. It's just, it is expensive. We didn't know that. So those of you who have PayPal'd 65, we request that you PayPal an additional 65 on your orders. And the PayPal address, I'm sure you all have it, but it is We Are One Light for All at gmail.com. We Are One Light for All at gmail.com. And we need you to send, again, your full name and your email to lifelight369 at protonmail.com. And in the subject, put request liquid gold tracking number. But if you've already done it, fine, thanks. But we have to do this to do as much assurance that you'll get your package. So this is why we're being quite detailed about it. So you send your name and your email to lifelight, LIGHT 369 at protonmail.com. Lifelight 369 at protonmail.com. You send your name and your email to Lifelight 369 at protonmail.com, and in the subject put request liquid gold tracking. And we learned. We thought, oh well, so maybe it's $65, but we have the receipts for the charges, so every one of them. And if we don't have proper information, it's like Ronald Bohr, we need your zip code in the Netherlands. We don't have it, so we need it. And I'm gonna, if you're not on this meditation call, then I will go ahead and send a friendly jog email to you so that you can send your zip code so that we can get. I'm holding your package right in my hand, but we have no zip code, so we can't send it. Period. And also, for those in Australia does not take P.O. boxes as addresses. They want full address, shipping address. So for those of you in Australia who gave us the P.O. box, they will not accept it. So just making sure that we cover everybody and that everybody gets this wonderful formula. So again, the PayPal is We Are One Light for All at gmail.com. we are onelight4all@gmail.com. Light is L-I-G-H-T. So I highly recommend that you bring something to write with when you come to the Wednesday holiday time for change call, health call in that, because we're going to cover some things that have not ever been presented to the populace of this planet. So some of it is heavy duty and complexity, but I will try to, and as I've said, I would share these things as they come to fruition with all of you, so that so that you first start to learn and comprehend what it is about, what it is, period. So, in this meditation, take with you the fact that all external activities invade you, pull you into the lower frequencies, the dark matter frequencies. So if you are not at mastership of who you are, what you are, you're going to be disturbed, and it's going to cause stress. But you just understand that we are all immersed in the very shift that we've been looking for, because we have been astronomically instrumental in accelerating that shift. And it's all joy, and it's bliss. And it's just going to keep getting better and better. So carry it throughout the night, evening, night, tomorrow morning. And we will be back here December 24th, which is Christmas Eve, 2019. Just like last year, we were all together and we did meditation on Christmas Eve. We did meditation on Christmas. So we can't think of better times. So we will be back here 12/24/2019 at 3 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday.